Good morning from Brook United Methodist Church. It is Wednesday, March 18th, and I'm here in my office. And I just wanted to inform you all of a few announcements. First of all, take a look at our Facebook page. We're updating that with things about the community meal pickup, the drive-in that we're doing, meals for students, digital services, all of that. Also, I wanted to let everybody know that we're putting together a phone tree for the church so that everyone can be up on all the things going on. And Karen is doing a great job getting that all together here in the office. Finally, I just wanted to talk to parents out there with kids who are home, preschool kids, school-age kids. I talked yesterday with Teresa from George Ade Care Home, and they are totally closed down to visitors right now, which means a lot of the people there in the care facility don't have people coming to see them. One way that we can help as a church, as a community, is by sending them cards and pictures and anything we can. So for those of you at home with your kids, I would encourage you to draw some pictures or write some cards every single day and then send them over to George Ade. I will put an address at the bottom of this video where you can send them to. So that'll just be over at the care home, or drop them off if you're driving by. This is a time when we join together. The word for that we use is solidarity. Solidarity means that we're joining together for a common purpose, and we're joining together here in Brook. It's been amazing to see the way that the school systems, the library, the community, individuals, all kinds of people have joined together to help people out during this time. We've entered into solidarity with one another as a town, as a country, and even as a whole world. We're doing that. But there's another kind of solidarity that we're experiencing right now. I think of how many of us won't be able to gather for Easter worship, and that saddens my heart. But that also reminds me of all those who aren't ever able to gather for a worship service. Maybe they're at home with a disability. I think of friends that I have who can't make it to worship services because they take care of their child who's been ill for over a year, and they haven't been able to make it to worship services on any sort of regular basis. I think of those in the George Ade Care Home who aren't able to come to services. And there are so many people throughout our world and throughout our own community for whom worship isn't a possibility. And right now we're being reminded that we are in solidarity with them too. Right now, many of us are fearful of what is going to happen financially to us. Already, if you have a 401k or anything like that, you're experiencing grief and pain. Some of us are experiencing a deeper pain and grief because of job loss or potential, even the closure of a business. Those things are serious, and we grieve those. And at this time, as a whole community, we're joined together with those who are in that position all the time, who have lost so much, and we're together with them. And overall, all of this reminds us that when we come together for worship, or when we worship apart, we worship a God who has entered into solidarity with us, who became flesh. The whole story of the church year tells the story of God's solidarity with us, the God who took on human flesh that we remember during the Feast of the Incarnation as we prepare for during Advent. Then the God who is with us in the life of Jesus and the teaching of Jesus, as we've been looking at in the Sermon on the Mount. Then as we approach Holy Week, even more so, the God who entered solidarity with us in our sin and ultimately in our death. And the God who raised Christ from the dead for us and with us, but also remains with us in solidarity. As Jesus said that he will be with us. He'll be with us when we gather. He'll be with us in times of great need. In Matthew 25, he talks about how at the end, when all is revealed, Christ will be revealed as with us among the poor, the imprisoned, the sick. That's where God is, entered solidarity with us. And ultimately, this is more than just humanity that God has entered solidarity with. It's all of creation that is groaning, that is suffering. God has entered solidarity with all creation. So as we go throughout this week, as we do things in our community, even as we grieve real pain, let us ask God to be with us. Oh God, you made us in your image and redeemed us through Jesus your Son. Look with compassion on the whole human family. Take away the arrogance and hatred which infect our hearts. Break down the walls that separate us. Unite us in the bonds of love, and work through our struggle and confusion to accomplish your purposes on earth, that in your good time all nations and peoples may serve you in harmony around your heavenly throne. Through Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen.